When a Chinese cyborg terrorist, Kane, and a sleeper agent, Binlowes, kidnap hostages for ransom, Lieutenant Susanna Lorraine and her Special Forces team race against time to rescue them, only to uncover a larger conspiracy that threatens to change the world as they know it. San Francisco, Treasure Island, Pier 1. Lamar Lee Williams, 42, black, in an espresso leather jacket, red hoodie, and jeans, aims a pistol at Dr. Elizabeth Hartwell, who sits on the ground next to the parked white Lincoln Town car. She's 53, a redhead in a trench coat and suit. Lamar, start talking. What did he do to me? Lamar drops his gun, and 2 FBI agents appear, coming from behind the town car. FBI agents 1 and 2, late 30s in suits, cuff Lamar and Hartwell. The agents open the trunk, and their eyes open wide with shock. Lamar sees an Asian cyclist, 26, in a track outfit on a bike heading his way. The cyclist stops, takes out his near-future smartphone, and shows it to Lamar. Interior, prison, night, flashback. Kane is tied to an operating table in an outdated operating room. A brainwave cap and virtual reality headset are securely fastened to his head. He screams as he tries to break free from his restraints. A ringtone is heard. Interior, penthouse, night, back to present. Kane is seen from behind in a modern, minimalist living room. He sits in a leather chair wearing a white trench coat. The ringtone is heard again, violently waking him up. He picks up the smartphone from the end table and answers it. Very good, Binlowes. Call me when you're done. Exterior, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, night. Blake Shaw, 21, in a polo shirt and jeans, smokes next to Helen Weston, 19, wearing a graphic tee and jeans, along with his 2 casually dressed college friends. They sit on a bench in front of a modern concrete campus building with large glass windows. Blake walks to a tree, and suddenly, as he gets closer, a shadowy figure emerges. The light reveals that it's Binlowes in a black tactical outfit, hood, and face mask. Interior, Desmond's flat, morning. Beside the bed is a nightstand with a translucent digital picture frame resting on it. A notification appears on the screen that reads, "Good morning, Desmond," followed by a melodic alarm tone that rises in pitch. Desmond rubs his eyes and puts on his glasses. He glances at the picture frame and blinks. His pupils faintly glow for a second, then the notification on the screen is dismissed. The tone stops playing. The screen now displays the time, 7:01 a.m., and in the background is a picture of Desmond smiling with his arm around Sarah, a gorgeous 30-year-old woman with a warm smile, short hair, and dressed in a colorful outfit. Interior, kitchen. Moments later, Desmond enters the kitchen, grabs his coffee, takes a sip, and puts on the lid. He looks at the modern kitchen and blinks. Now everything is more colorful. A life-sized hologram of Sarah, wearing the same dress as in the picture from before, fades in. She smiles. Sarah, "Good morning." Desmond smiles back. "Morning, beautiful. Thanks for the coffee." Sarah, "Of course. Got everything?" "Yeah. Oh, before I forget, I want to get one of the vets a coffee. Can you please an order for me?"
"Oh, how thoughtful. Sure. What do you want?"
Just a medium latte for 8:30.
"Done."
Interior, Citron Plaza, coffee shop day. Desmond walks into a busy industrial coffee shop. A line of people are waiting at the self-checkout kiosks. He notices that people are placing the orders are doing so hands-free, with their eyes faintly glowing. Desmond approaches the pickup window and smiles at the barista as he takes his latte. Exterior, Citron Plaza, San Francisco day. Citron Tower rises above the other buildings in the city. Its sleek obelisk shape dominates the skyline. Its shiny exterior reflects the sun's rays and shines brightly against the backdrop of the city. Interior, Citron Tower Rehab Ward, later. In a sleek, minimalistic laboratory, Dr. Bohan Chain, 42, in a white lab coat, sits in front of a veteran, 26, wearing an army t-shirt and jeans. Behind them is a 50-inch flat-screen TV mounted on the wall that plays the news on mute. Something from the TV grabs Bo and the vet's attention. Bo, you need to see this. Bo's eyes glow. Then the TV is unmuted and the volume is turned up as it plays a breaking news segment. Desmond and Citron CTO Mallory Shaw turn and look at the TV. News anchor. What you're about to see is disturbing. The news cuts to a viral video. Kane wears a face mask. Kane, Mallory Shaw, you don't remember me, and I wouldn't have remembered you. Yet somehow, you couldn't erase me. You could not break me. Mallory's jaw drops as she watches in horror. Kane grabs a dirty and distressed Blake Shaw, stands him up, and draws a pistol and aims it at Blake's temple. Kane, the clock is ticking. Exterior, Hong Kong, hours later. A near-future tilt-rotor helicopter whizzes through the dark sky. The city lights of Hong Kong twinkling in the distance. The iconic Victoria Harbor and the towering skyscrapers of the city skyline are visible from afar. Inside the helicopter, Scottish Royal Marine Commando Lieutenant Susanna Lorraine sits surrounded by her fellow commandos. Her gaze tells us she's a woman of focus, commitment, and sheer will. Susanna, Armstrong, update the mule's mission parameters. We're getting close. He nods his head, unbuckles the seatbelt, and grabs something large from the storage bin above. He places a mule, medical utility land exploration robot, on the floor. It looks like a large dog with its hind legs and arms folded. He presses a button on its back and suddenly powers on and stands itself up. It looks at the Marines. Exterior, Hanmaido, night. A small island is seen from above. Its silhouette is cast against the moonlit dark blue waves. The helicopter descends. The rotors tilt up as it swoops down and hovers over the water. The Marines speed to the island in a rugged, hulled inflatable boat or rib, while the helicopter ascends behind them. Amber looks through a pair of near-future night vision binoculars. An old guard tower is seen near the beach. Wanmei-do Beach. Moments later, Susanna turns around and sees Amber, Peter, and the mule. She nods and they enter the woods, followed by Patel, Rummer, and Hernandez. Exterior, Wanmei-do Woods, night. Kane talks to guards 5 and 6 while smoking a cigar. He wears a white trench coat and black hood, tactical pants and boots. He looks at his watch and then goes inside. Peter takes out a small drone, presses a button on it, and the propellers quietly hum as it ascends. Peter's bionic eyes glow. The abandoned infirmary is seen via thermal imaging. The camera zooms in on the stairs to the basement, and human heat signatures are detected. Peter, I have visual on hostages. Susanna, good, we're moving in. Susanna and Amber walk through the woods. Interior, abandoned infirmary, lobby, night. They spread out as they secure the corners of the room. Opposite the stairs is a windowed room. Patel opens the door and takes a peek inside. Various modern lab equipment rests on top of 2 large tables covered by a tarp. Next to the tables is a glass door fridge that is full of vials, brain chips, and medical supplies. Interior, abandoned infirmary, basement, night. The Marines tread cautiously down the stairs with Peter in front. Susanna holds up a fist as she stands in front of the door. Peter takes cover behind the right side of the doorway, Patel on the left. Susanna slowly opens the door. Dr. Hartwell types a line of code on a laptop on a sliding rack on a server as Dr. Chang supervises. Blake, Helen, and hostages 1 and 2 have their hands tied as they sit in 2 rows of vintage school desks. In front of them is a 50-inch flat-screen TV tuned to a dead channel. Exterior, abandoned pier, night. A small boat with 4 Chinese mercenaries in camouflage tactical gear and body armor pull up to a worn-out pier. They climb onto it and equip their AK-47 rifles. They run up the pier and into the woods. Interior, basement, server room, night. Susanna looks inside, her eyes scanning the darkly lit room. Amber flips off all the switches, killing the lights. The emergency lights switch on, casting the room in a dim red light. The TV turns back on. Susanna, freeze! Drop your weapons! You're under arrest! Kane turns around and gets on his knees. Amber, Rummer, and Patel enter. They examine and untie the hostages. Peter frisks Kane and Susanna, fall back! Interior, abandoned infirmary, basement, night. Peter pulls out a retractable stretcher that is mounted on the back of the mule and then folds down its wheeled legs. Rummer carries hostage 1 and straps her into the stretcher. Exterior, woods, night. Amber picks up hostage 2 and carries him over her shoulder. Patel, Rummer, Peter, and Amber and the mule continue running down the wooded path. Hostages in tow. Exterior, wooded dirt road, night. Kane, kill whoever's out there. I'll get the boat started. Binlowes, yes sir. Exterior, woods, night. Binlowes sees Mercenary 3 lying on the ground. He scans the nearby trees and approaches his body. He pauses as he spots a tripwire and steps over it. Binlowes' eyes widen. He turns around and Merc 3 is shot in the chest. While Binlowes is shot in the vest, he drops Merc 3 and runs for cover, but he's shot in the back of his vest. Binlowes trips and hits his head on a large log, knocking him out cold. Susanna emerges from the shadows and runs past him. Susanna tackles Kane, causing both of them to roll down a steep incline off the side of the road. Exterior, junkyard, night. Susanna and Kane land in a small junkyard surrounded by trees. The area is composed of scattered machine parts, broken down old cars, and a rusty chain, and a small pile of rebars. Dazed, Kane shakes his head and sees the nearby pile of rebars. Susanna draws her Maxim 9 pistol. Kane quickly grabs a rebar and swings it at her. To be continued. Share this deck and support this series. Help bring Mindfall to life. If you were captivated by this deck and the screenplay, please consider sharing it with a friend. And don't forget, you can also show your support by making a donation. And any amount is greatly appreciated. Your support goes a long way in helping us bring this Cyberpunk series to life. And together, we can make this Cyberpunk saga a reality. Thank you so much for being a part of our journey. We are truly honored to bring this series to you guys.